can only stay away for so long. It's just like I want this thing to rip more and more. And it really runs good, and it smokes a lot. But hey, I'm going to do a carb swap. I found a Mikuni that I forgot that I had because I've taken a few too many hits to the head. Old Mushman's had a couple of dirt naps, and I'm a little friculated at times. So, but yeah, update on this thing. I took a ride the other day. We did some extreme trails. Bent this on a ghost ride down the hill. I had footage of it all, but I deleted it because I'm retarded, and you know, this thing took a little bit of a hit. My front fender, I don't know why I didn't get the piece. It's still laying down there, but I'm gonna get that put back on there. But like I said, I'm gonna do a carb swap. I checked the valves because I just did the Mushman custom valve job with a drill and a file. So, and it, surprisingly, there's still lash there. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. But yeah, here's the deal with the carbs. This is the one that was on there. I believe it's a 24. And this is the one I found. It's just a fuzz smaller, but there's no choke in the way. I don't know if you can see that. See how this has the choke butterfly on the ass end of it, and then this is just ball. But I was doing some measuring. Let me see if I can get this all figured out here. You know, like I said, this one is, I'm just going way out to the biggest. You know, I actually see 26 way out there. I don't know if you see that, if it would focus. But that's the stock one. This is the Mikuni that I forgot that I had. And it's just, I mean, you know, 1 millimeter difference. But the bore too, like the slide, I believe, is different size. Let me check that out. Nope. Oh yeah, it don't go down all the way in there. So this slide is slightly bigger, which means that the barrel is bigger, which means that that cutout should be just a fuzz bigger. So the only thing I'm going to have to do is, this is kind of my fuel screw is just chiseled in there. And I guess, you know, I'll leave it because it's so easy to get these on and off. I'm just going to leave it. And if it runs like crap, I can always, I'm going to have to drill it and get something in there decent, because it's stiff. And yeah, I was working on it, so obviously. But yeah, we're going to go from a Kian, the stock one, to a Mikuni. And you can see this one's got a lot bigger float bowl on it, more capacity. They bolt up the same there. The arse coals are the same. It's just that, you know, there's, like I say, there's less restriction with this one. And I don't know if you can tell, it's a nicer transition to that throat. You know, it's like a bigger velocity stack on this one. So I'm going to put them in and see what happens. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, got it back together. Got the new carburetor, or different one, installed. So, what do you think? It'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, I have not fired this thing up. This is what I do on the Mushman channel. If I'm going to fail, you guys are going to fail with me, because I don't want to do it alone. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of, I may be a bit of an egotist like that. Okay, so gas is not even on. Gas is now on. I don't see any leaks, which is always a good sign. And I shouldn't have to really, I'll choke it. I will choke it. Okay, roll it over a couple times slow. Contact. Okay. I might have done something wrong. I was trying to get it to, I put some spacers in between the slide because I didn't think it was coming up and down all the way. And now I don't think it's coming down all the way. So, thing just saw about 19,000 RPMs real quick. She's kind of chooching. She's chooching. So that's not too bad. Pop the tank back off, take my spacers out, and see what she does then. Apologize. Okay, I didn't put it all the way back together, and the rod is not hanging out, amazingly enough. So without further ado, I actually had to hit the emergency kill switch on that one. Ooh. Wow, it idles a lot better. It already idles better than that other carburetor. Or I don't have the gas on. Or even hooked up. You guys! God, see, I told you I don't check any of this stuff. I like it when you're with me for this. What the hell is it? There. Now will it? Oh yeah! I think I'm low on this gas too, so. What did I do, you guys? See, I told you 185s, do not do 185s, you guys. If you do 185s, you're gonna have a bad time. This thing idles better, but I can't go any more than... Why did I think this was going to work? Apparently, this is the end of the video. Like and subscribe and share, you guys. You can fail with me or we'll succeed. I'm going to think about this. Hold on. Let's do a really quick diagnostic. It'll help. Okay. Now, if my theory's right and it's lean. Whoa. Yeah, when I have the choke on, it's better, right? Choke on's better. Choke off, worse. That means it's lean because with the choke on, right, it's getting more fuel. So, it should just be a simple needle adjustment. This video has still not ended. Okay. Take 17. I've got the gas hooked up. I've got the gas hooked up, okay, and the needle I raised 2 notches because it was 1 notch from the top. It was on the 2nd notch from the top, which means it was in the 2nd leanest position. And another thing I want to tell you guys, when you put your hose clamps on, or even your motor mount bolts, when you're working on stuff, like, I always put the screws coming from the same way. You know, they're all this way. And same thing with your motor mount bolts. Put all the nuts on on one side, so that when you're taking stuff apart, you ain't hopping back and forth between your... Okay? Just another tip from your Uncle Jason. So let's see. Maybe you shouldn't be taking advice from me the way that this thing's turning out. All right. Plan E. Still a little bit, but it's a little better. And actually that'll get better as it gets warmer, because that's why you need the choke when it's cold, right? Because it needs more fuel. As it gets warmer, it needs less fuel. So the warmer and warmer this thing gets, and I'm gonna roll it outside. We'll take it for a spin. Okay. Back to the Mikuni upgrade. I've got it in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty shiny and it's still leaking fuel. Son of a bitch. I was hoping I had that fixed. You can see the drop off of it right here. But I was just riding it around fancy crazy doing wheelies. And I think it's just the gasket. But anyways, I got it running good after about 7 times taking it off. I'm not going to waste your guys' time with carburetor jobs. But it was lean. I was able to get it to run good. On the top end, it does pull harder. It seems to run better. Yeah, without further ado, we'll fire it up, let it idle, take it for a little spin. And I ended up just taking the needle all the way up, which is in its richest position. And it still has a little bit of a lean hiccup every once in a while, but it's rideable. So the only problem is it's going to get worse as it gets cold out. Today it's 60 degrees. I've got short sleeves on. So that lean condition is only going to get worse as it gets colder, but we've got other stuff to try. And I'll probably do a whole video on that. This one is kind of run long, but yeah, see what we can do. You know, how can you complain? And that is piston slappy here. It's always done that. I thought it would get better with the 90,000 mile jug as opposed to the 100,000 mile jug. Here we go. Just a little bit on those bumps in 5th gear. Okay, this is 3rd, I believe. My brake lever, I still haven't gotten that fixed. Just don't look. Don't look in this area. Okay, 3rd gear.